What's happening, everybody? Greg Ehrenberg here from Odd Shopper, and we are about to break down all of the best bets for Thursday. Been a couple of days since I did one of these. I had a colonoscopy earlier in the week, and yesterday I was dealing with some other projects. But back to covering Odd Shopper today, and our free trial isn't here anymore, but we do have a 70% off deal for anybody who's signing up for the first time. So no more free trial. We do have the 70% off deal for anybody signing up for the first time, and there is a link for that below. But let's talk about some bets, and also going to cover some tennis because we've got the tennis bets added to Odd Shopper now, and it's been really profitable so far. And, small sample size, only have recently dipped my toes into tennis, but we posted some bets in our chalkboard channel yesterday. We had everybody who's winning all their tennis bets. If you guys want to check out Chalkboard, by the way, that is totally free to download and check out. There's a link for that below as well. You get access to our to our Chalkboard, not just the app, but also our Chalkboard channel. It's all free. So go check that out if you want some additional information for myself and Lofty. And we also post any kind of sports book deals. We throw some of those in there as well. But let's talk about the Thursday slate. I'll start with baseball, then we'll hit on tennis. No more NHL, no more NBA. Those seasons have wrapped up, but still, we've got baseball in here. We've also got some golf. Now, with that said, golf has already started for the day at the time of recording, but there are some head-to-head matchups that we have projections for in there. Let's hit on baseball, starting with some of our top bets of the day. Kevin Kiermaier, typically known for his glove and defense, but he actually has been hitting the ball fairly well as of late, and really big number on him here, it would seem, to have an RBI minus 275. We have the fair odds projected at minus 312. So minus 275 actually is popping up as a positive ROI. But where I would probably use this, though, I'd be more apt to use it in a parlay than I would to bet it as a single. So you see this is one that stands out for BetMGM. Like, you could parlay this with Jace Peterson to not have an RBI, and that's something I think would make more sense. Is, you got Peterson minus 375 at positive EV projected to not have an RBI, 7 with Kiermaier. So that's the way I would take the approach to some of these ones that have, big minus money odds, but are still projected to be valuable, as opposed to just betting the minus 275 outright. Some other ones here that do not have quite the same juice on them. We've got Geraldo Perdomo for the Diamondbacks. He is even money to get a hit, where we have him minus 109 as the fair odds. It's funny, Perdomo earlier in the season was making some really good contact, but didn't really have anything to show for it. He was running into a lot of batted ball luck, but it is something that I think should improve going forward. So not necessarily looking at Perdomo as any kind of elite bat or anything, but more likely than not to get a hit in this game. So minus 109 is what we have as the fair odds, and you can have it at plus money here. So 52% win rate. Anytime we get anything north of 50% win rate that has plus money is generally going to make sense. A total here, plus money on over 7 runs in the Pirates-Cubs game. Super low total. I'm going to check. I assume the weather for that game, there's probably some wind blowing in. Let's see. If I check some of the weather out for that game, which, yeah, there is some wind blowing in. But either way, 7 runs is such a low total. Also, these teams had to exhaust their bullpens yesterday. The Pirates had somebody making their MLB debut yesterday. He actually pitched better than expected, but then the bullpen got lit up behind him. The Cubs ended up putting up 10 runs on the Pirates, and they did have to exhaust their bullpen. Same for Chicago. So that is something that could linger and impact these teams today. So over 7 runs at plus money, I think that's a pretty good look for that one. And then one other total here, under 8 runs at minus 115 in the Tigers-Twins game. We have the fair line at minus 122 for under 8 runs. Let's go and check out tennis. Hopefully there's some good tennis bets here. I think every single positive e-bet ended up hitting for tennis yesterday. Let's see, so just a few of them for today. We've got Mackenzie McDonald against, this isn't a real name, Rinky Hijikata. That's what that says here. Anyway, over 2.5 total sets at plus 150, the fair line at plus 135, and then we've got Hubert, but this is going to be worse than the time that I first started doing hockey and I had to read some of the European names. Hubert Hurkacz, and then Christopher O'Connell. That one's a little bit easier, the O'Connell name. Anyway, over 22.5 total games here. We have the fair line of minus 137. It could be found for minus 130 at Tipico. So there are some positive EV tennis bets, and hopefully it continues to be a good market to bet, because I don't know anything about tennis, and it's been profitable so far in the early going for me. Let's go and look at the prize picks builder. Let's see if we have a positive EV. Yep, we do. All right. So if we look at prize picks for today, 6 leg flex parlay with a 2% expected EV, Fernando Tatis for over 1.5 total bases. Tatis was huge for me in DFS with his big game yesterday. I ended up winning some tournaments on the back of him scoring 1 million fantasy points, had a homer, stole bases, extra base hits. He was awesome yesterday. Mike Zunino over 0.5 total bases. Nick Castellanos under 1.5 total bases. Michael Grove under 4.5 strikeouts. He's not been working super deep into games for the Dodgers, so I like that. Ryan Noda over 0.5 total bases, and Ronald Acuna over 1.5 total bases. So all in all, this 6 leg flex play over at Prize Picks is good for a 2% expected EV. Now let's look at the parlay builder. I'm interested to see what pops up here for BetMGM. And yeah, some of those bigger, I'm going to take this out though. Yeah, so you see some of these bigger minus money props that we talked about before. Yeah, parlaying some of these together, it's going to make sense. Nearly 5-1 odds on here with an 11% expected EV. We've got the Perdomo to reach base at plus money, then Ian Happ to not have an RBI minus 210, Brandon Drury to not have an RBI minus 225, and then Kiermaier to not have an RBI minus 275 altogether. That is a positive EV parlay over at BetMGM. So there's a run through. We hit on baseball, hit on tennis today. Hope this helps you guys make some money today. If you want to sign up at OddsShopper, use the link we have below. Get 70% off the first time you sign up. And if you guys haven't done it yet, do me a favor, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Good luck. See you guys back here tomorrow.